Hey everyone, what is up? So obviously now it's been a minute since Star Wars Day, but for me, May the 4th is in less than 30 minutes, 25 minutes actually, and I'm spending the last few minutes before May the 4th redoing a certain photo that I took and posted at the end of 2020. The Obi-Wan Kenobi series had been announced, and I wanted to take just some kind of hypothetical photo just out of the sheer hype of what their next encounter might look like on screen. And so I had like the Ben Kenobi look already going for Ewan McGregor because I thought they might do the gray hair already with him, but it turns out they didn't go that route as revealed by the eventual teaser trailer. However, I really loved this photo that I had taken back then. So I thought that for May the 4th, 2022, obviously with the Obi-Wan Kenobi full trailer, no doubt, probably dropping on Jimmy Kimmel since Ewan McGregor went on the show, past tense for you, but still in the future for me, I wanted to redo this photo. And as you can see, it's coming along really well. I've pretty much got the exact same, very simplistic brick-built set already set up once again. I mean, these parts just basically go into drawers whenever I'm not using them. And so I pulled them back out from over a year ago, set everything back up yet again. And this time I've got the more orangey Mustafar tone. It's actually Sullust from Battlefront 2015, the game, and I just kind of messed with the coloration a little bit. And you can also see here, I've got my Clone Wars Season 7 Obi-Wan Kenobi custom with that fully painted face. However, I've got a custom painted Lely Brick hairstyle to match the hairstyle of Ewan McGregor in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series coming up. And I also painted up a lightsaber hilt from, I believe, OMV Minifigs on Instagram. But I did that tonight pretty much just for this edit. I don't really have an Obi-Wan Kenobi showcase plan necessarily. I'll no doubt make a full proper custom of Obi-Wan himself at some point, and maybe some of the others, but I'm still so Star Wars'd out after the Mandalorian Season 2 project that I'm pretty reluctant to return to any sort of Star Wars customs in the near future. So anything I do for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series will probably be pretty limited, but it doesn't mean I can't mess around and make some pretty cool shots. Oh! There's Kumail! Oh! Oh, man! Oh! Alright, so something kind of spontaneous just happened. So, like, I think it was yesterday, on Star Wars Day, I was checking to see what my Doctor Strange tickets were for today, Thursday, May 5th, and I only had tickets, like 2 sets of tickets for the same Saturday showing on like the 7th, so I was like, oh, I guess I'm not going to be seeing Doctor Strange right away, Multiverse of Madness, so I guess I better really hunker down on... I guess I really better keep trying to dodge the spoilers for 2 more days. But then I was just sitting in the car here and just checked the theater that I go to, and there's a afternoon showing in like less than an hour, and there was still a middle seat, so I was like, guess we're going right now. And after waiting since summer of 2019 for Benedict Cumberbatch and Elizabeth Olsen to come together for this wild Doctor Strange sequel post Spider-Man No Way Home, I'm gonna go check out this movie. It's only 2 hours and 6 minutes long. I assume it's just a fast-paced thrill ride, start to finish, and I can't wait to see what Sam Raimi, Marvel Studios, and everybody have put together working on this production so much in the last year or so. Obviously, well, after they started filming, I mean, but this is kind of nuts. I haven't even watched the Moon Knight finale yet. I still am hoping to eventually make customs for this film after my Spider-Man customs in the next life. But yeah, man, about to go see Doctor Strange in Multiverse of Madness. right now.
2 hours later.
All right, so Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Did Sam Raimi's Doctor Strange sequel deliver? And yeah, I would certainly say so. First of all, I think just the number one takeaway for me is just how much of a feat in visual effects this movie is. I didn't even see it in IMAX or anything, not even like, you know, the ideal experience. I had the standard experience, but I mean, oh my God. Yeah, you had your usual Marvel blue screens here or there that you can kind of notice fairly often that don't look entirely finished, but that's to be expected and comes with it. But I mean, honestly, I felt as though the visual effects this time were really well refined, and there weren't too many unfinished blue screen shots that were just kind of dragging me out of the film. Because again, I'm a proponent of CG and love it, but when it's actually properly polished and completed. So this was really refreshing to see. Because I mean, you know, technically the movie has been in development since 2019, and that goes for the VFX shots, certainly, which they previs so long in advance. Benedict Cumberbatch, of course, perfect. The entire cast, perfect. Elizabeth Olsen, unbelievable. I mean, I think the performance that she gave in WandaVision is definitely still my favorite, but she was amazing here. And no spoilers, obviously, not talking about any of the major stuff that, of course, has been leaking and has been getting ruined for people. Thankfully, I was not spoiled, which was really great, and that's kind of why I rushed into this. That's partially why I rushed into going to this afternoon screening on such short, spontaneous notice, because I didn't want to get spoiled, man. And I'm really glad that I wasn't, because there is stuff in the film for sure that I really did not see coming. Other stuff I did, but some things I really didn't. I said before that one of my biggest concerns was the pace, and I'm really, you know, delighted to say the pace was not that big of a deal. There were a few scenes that I felt like kind of seemed a little cut short or edited short to keep things moving along. Man, regardless, I mean, still would love to make minifigures from this. If I were to do a custom minifigure showcase for Doctor Strange 2, I think I would definitely cut Mordo out of the roster. As cool as he was and as cool of his costume as he had, I don't feel the need to make that character. So if I did customs, it would definitely be restricted to just Strange, Wanda, and Wong. So, you know, after the Spider-Man No Way Home project, I don't know. Maybe I'll finally go back and do the Avengers Endgame project and finish that instead. I don't know what the rest of 2022 is shaping up to be. Got to get through Star Wars Celebration first. But Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness was the fun post-Infinity War and post-Endgame ride that I've really been looking for. That really spends time to face what had just happened at the end of the Infinity Saga. Because while Spider-Man Far From Home, Spider-Man No Way Home, you know, we've had MCU films already that have addressed the immediate aftermath. And no spoilers for Doctor Strange. I wouldn't even call this a minor spoiler. But the movie does kind of, in some ways, give you that second glimpse again into how the rest of the world is really responding to just Avengers living among them, which is something that I feel like has been glossed over a lot in post-Endgame MCU material thus far. So, it's funny, man, because I found myself very early on in the movie just right away hearkening back to the age-old criticism of the MCU, where it's like, we're fighting in you know, so-and-so major city. Where are the other Avengers? And I couldn't help but keep wondering, because a lot of the Avengers can move very quickly, of course, some of them having webs to do so, and they just don't show up when they otherwise needed. And I always find that funny, how, of course, it's still the age-old criticism of the MCU that you can't have every hero in everyone's movie. But, man, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, I wouldn't say it's like... It's certainly better than the first film. I think that's a given. But is it like top 3 all-time MCU for me, I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't put it that high, but it's up there. You know, I'd say it's probably floating somewhere closer to like, you know, number 5, maybe number 6. I'd have to really think about it, but what a film. What an incredible film. And just, I mean, such a major production to finally see come completely together, come full circle. And one thing that I also somewhat appreciated is actually getting answers to all the questions that we had about interconnectivity. So whether that's like Marvel's What If, how does that connect? You have WandaVision obviously playing a big influence over this whole film. And, you know, you have a lot of the multiverse stuff like Spider-Man No Way Home. And obviously we all had questions like, how is all of that going to connect into Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness? And we got those questions answered in the film for sure, I think, which was cool. You know, as far as like the ultimate aftermath of what's going to follow in the Marvel Cinematic Universe going forward, you know, I don't want to spoil anything about the ending, but I don't want to say I was underwhelmed, but I think Doctor Strange 2 is a little bit more conclusive than I was expecting it to be, and that maybe I wanted it to be. So that's also something to think about, but that's a slight spoiler. I'm probably gonna have to cut that. Anyway, those are my immediate thoughts on Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness, and the bulk of this vlog.